After a little over 2 years, we finally got some brand new Horizon Lego sets. And today we're going to be deciding if this set is going to be worth it or not. So this is what our box looks like. As you can see at the very top, we have the Lego Horizon Adventure logo, and it is beautifully brick built as well, like you can see in the game. It has the nice atmospheric just beauty in the background with a lot of the details that you can see in the game if you've actually played it. And I even love that we even have these nice little alert things that you see in the game when the enemies actually notice you. I just think that's so cool. Plus, you can see the arrow from whenever you are charging up the bow in the game. It's just so cool. But this is actually going to be set number 77037, Aloy and Varl versus the Shell Walker and Sawtooth. This set is going to be $44.99, and it has 768 pieces. So honestly, right off the bat, that just seems like a great piece per price thing. But we have two different minifigs. We have Aloy and Varl down there. On the very top, we actually have, again, the nice little logo with our minifig scale minifigs, and they just look so good. Here's our one-to-one to Aloy right there. On the side of the box, you can kind of just see some other details where it comes with, you know, some details like you can see the grass actually stretching all the way around the box, which I love. Same thing on here. The art actually goes all the way around the box, which is always super nice. And even on the bottom of the box, the same thing does it too, which is so cool. Like, I love when they put effort into the boxes just because it makes the sets so much nicer. And finally, on the back, we actually have the health bar for some of our Sawtooth and then our Shell Walker, which is very cool because this is literally what it looks like in game. We actually have the different variants of the bows. We actually have the ice, we have the electric, and the fire for all the bow and the spear. And you can see what you can do here. So we have the little thing on the back of the Sawtooth. We have the shield. You can take off the shield on the top of that and place it. And it shows off so many cool different features on here. And our first minifig of the set is Aloy. And just look how beautiful this is. If you look at the feet, you can see those nice little prints down there at the bottom. And just looking at all of the rest of the torso and legs, it is so detailed. I love the reds, the blues, and the tans and the browns. They just look so well, and the details are just so tiny, and they just look so beautiful. Like, I just cannot get over how detailed our Aloy minifig actually is. And on this side, we actually do have some nice little arm printing with some fur and a little wrap around up there. Sadly, there is no leg printing here, but, you know, it's whatever, because the front of it looks so good. If you actually take the hair off, well, actually, let's take a look at the hair first before we do that. I mean, just look how beautiful it is. You can see all of the nice braided textures in there, the long flowing hair, the little ponytail right there on the top, and it even has the braids going over the shoulders here, and it's just so cool. But the coolest thing is absolutely the holographic part right here, the circle, where you actually get to see her focus through the ear. Like, I love that we have a nice little translucent blue ring that actually showcases that on her. Like, this makes it one of the coolest, if not coolest, gaming Lego minifigures of all time. And the hairpiece is actually quite squishy as well, so it's not like a hard type thing, but it does have a lot of squish to it, which is pretty interesting. And you can actually see how they have the hologram inside with this nice little blues right there. If you actually open it up, you can actually see where the blue actually goes and connects on the inside, which is pretty interesting. But just taking a look at Aloy without the hairpiece, you can see a lot more beads on the top of her up there. You can actually look and see a lot of the freckles underneath the eyes, and this one actually has a raised eyebrow expression with the smile, and on the other side you actually kind of have a dull whatever thing. But the back of the back print actually has a lot of that fur with the little tan stuff going over there, and it's basically just a mirrored arm print as the same one that we saw on the other side. But we cannot forget about her amazing bow. So this is actually a brand new print that we've actually gotten from the other one, and as you can see, it actually has these nice little red, like, I guess, feathers up here at the top, and you actually take those out just like this and change it up. But if we take a look at the actual bow, look at how detailed and beautiful this thing actually is. You can see the arrow right there in the middle. You can see all the curved details right there, and it just looks so good. But just like we saw in the box, you can actually customize it, and in this, we actually have the flame, we have the ice, and the blues, and this is what the electric bow looks like, the flame bow, and the ice bow. And then our next minifig is Varl, and just like Aloy, it looks amazing. This is the first time we've ever seen this character because it is an original to the Horizon Adventures game, but just taking a look at the 360 spin, he looks amazing. First off, I want to talk about this face print. It is nice, it is amazing. I love that we have the blue face print over the top of his right eye right there. I guess it's right in this comparison. But if you actually go down and you can see a lot of the fur details here, and what I love is that right here in the top left corner, you can actually see not brown, he has brown fur underneath, but the gray fur actually resembles his little cape. And I love the shape of this cape as well because it is this nice, like, straight like kind of thing, but it also has a little curve in the bottom that looks really good. And it just, I love this. I love that we have like kind of a dream catcher type thing on his chest, and it looks amazing. I love all the details, especially on his legs right there. I have no clue what these are, but they look so cool. And just like Aloy, there's no leg printing in there, but we do have some really cool arm printing. And if you actually lift the cape up, you can kind of see the back of the fur right there as well, with his little sash going over the shoulder. Same thing here, it is just mirrored on his other arm. And his hairpiece is so cool and detailed. Like you can see, it has a nice little frill going up. It kind of looks like anime styled hair, and I love that. You can just see, they really cooked with these hair pieces here. But if you actually take that off, you can see his other thing, which is actually kind of a mad face, and him with the same face print, just with a different facial expression. But this is Varl's spear, and it's really not anything too special because, you know, just like Aloy's old bow, it was just a normal bow with white printing, but this is literally just using generic pieces. However, we can make them look a lot cooler with this. So if you attach this, we actually will end up having the flame style. And if you put this on here, we'll end up having the electric style. And then finally, if you put this one on, we will have the ice style. And, you know, I think those make it look significantly cooler. But when it comes to our actual builds, we have 4 different ones. We actually have this tall grass that you can hide inside of. We have a campfire with a chest. We have the shell walker, and of course, the sawtooth. And up first, we have our tiny little grass build. And this one actually is very cool because this looks exactly like in the game. We have our little flower, plus the tall grass that you can actually kind of move and do whatever you want with it and articulate it. And then we have the campfire, which honestly is a very cool build, and it looks really good. I love that we have the classic fire piece right there as well, instead of like a tiny little flame going out there. But the way that it's built has a lot of really cool details that add a lot more details than it just being possibly just a circular campfire. And over here we actually have a chest, and what's super nice about this chest is it has these nice little things you can see in the game. And when you open it up, you actually have gold studs, which is used as currency like in the game. But my first little animal is going to be our shell walker, and this is supposed to probably be more of a hermit crab type animal because it looks so sick, and this is my favorite one actually out of the build. But on this, it has a lot of really cool things. The mouthpiece is actually used by a skate piece that you can put on your little minifigs. The eyes are these nice little like blue translucent pieces. We have swords as like antennas right there, and the actual legs are very cool and very well built. And I love the coloration that we have on here. It's a lot of white, a lot of kind of like accented blues, and it just looks so, so, so good. But we have 6 little legs, just like an actual hermit crab, with the 2 little claws up here. So I guess it could either be a hermit crab or just a normal crab in general. And the way that the arms work are they are on some like little pins back there, and you can actually move them up and down, kind of do that. And there's a ball joint to kind of make it articulate it however you want. And it's the exact same way on the other arm. But when we actually take a look at our little arm over here, this one actually is the claw, and you can actually open up all of these just however you want to. You can actually put something in there if you really wanted to, but that one's kind of boring compared to this because this is actually the shield. And what's really cool about it, and especially the way that it is built, like it has these nice little orange and blues all over the place. What you can actually do is you can take this out. Oops, I kind of messed that up. But what you can do is you're supposed to be able to take it out because it does have a clip down here. And what's super interesting about this is just like in the game, these actually drop shields that you can literally use to put in your minifigs hands just like this. But that's not all, because just like the shield, you can actually take off the top back here. But before we do that, I want to show how it connects, because it is kind of interesting, because the way this is built, it actually has this kind of hexagonal pattern up there, and it sits perfectly on these 2 little studs, and it kind of just, it works perfectly. And I love that these parts are even back here as well, because when you actually flip it around, you can actually back these things up and then close it around the actual thing. And I just love that really cool detail. But if we actually take a look at our shield, it is so cool. We have these nice whites, yellows, and the kind of like tannish blues right there. And it has this really cool like triangular pattern all the way around it. And I love that, because just like in the game, you can actually, once you defeat these, this will drop and you can actually get behind it for cover. The only thing that I don't like is that we have this like blue Technic pin on the very top, and I really wish there would have been something to cover that up, because that just looks so ugly, and I really don't think that it matches the vibe. And finally, we actually have our Sawtooth build, and I gotta be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of this. It looks incredible, and the way that it is built is also incredible. It has a lot of moving parts, but it's just, I don't think it's as cool as our Shell Walker. However, this is supposed to potentially be a saber-toothed tiger. I'm not, like, I don't really know too much about it, but it looks incredible. You can't lie and say that this doesn't look incredible. It's just, you know, not my favorite type of animal. Anyways, first thing I want to point out are these nice little spikes on the back that are actually used by spears, and I love that, and I really just love the nice blue, or oh my gosh, black and yellow coloration that we have here compared to the tans and whites around it. It has a lot of cool details that just stick out incredible. On the very back, we have this, and I'm gonna be so honest with you, I forget what this is even supposed to be, but it does sit back there just like you can do on the Shell Walker. And just overall, the details on here are so cool because we have a lot of like whites here that makes the yellows stand out, and the tans. And overall, I just think that the claws on here and just like the way that it's built is very cool. So all of the legs can move, you can do that, and you can even see the clips right here where you can actually angle it even more if you wanted to. And these right here actually kind of only go up and down with the little angles right here, just like the other one does. But I just, again, you gotta admit that the details in here are absolutely phenomenal. But that's not the coolest part, because obviously the bulk of the build is going to be the body and the head here. And just taking a look at the top, we do have a lot of really cool details that actually lead to this. And just like the others, like Shell Walker, you can see that weird little blue pin in there, and I hate that. I know that's so nitpicky, but it's a Lego set, so we can do that. But I really love the way that we have this, because the angles up here actually allow us to angle the head up and down, which is so cool. And it's just, I love this so much. It's just, I don't think it has as many details as the Shell Walker. But now it's time for everybody's favorite part. Let's decide if this is going to be worth it or not. And before we actually talk about this set, let's talk about the tall neck. I think that this is still the better Horizon Lego set out there. I mean, just look at how amazing the details are. It just stands super tall, just as the name suggests, and it has a displayability aspect that this set does not. However, with both of the new animals, it actually will look really good with the tall neck, displaying it maybe on a shelf or just anywhere else. It looks really good. But let's talk about this set and again decide if it's going to be worth it or not. First thing I'm going to talk about are our two minifigs. I think that Aloy and Varl are a great addition to here. Aloy looks very similar to the other minifig that we have of her, but they just, again, they cooked with both of these minifigs, and I am astonished with how beautiful they are. But the biggest thing here is our piece count, if I'm being honest with you. Remember, this set cost $44.99. This has 768 pieces. That is a lot of pieces for that price point. And just for let's say specifically the new Minecraft waves that came out, both the Minecraft movie and the new Minecraft sets, those have prices very, very, very close to however many 100 pieces there are. And this blows it out of the water. I know there's a lot of tiny pieces in here. Like, you can already see a ton of the tiny pieces over both of the sets. However, I do not think that matters, because I do think that these builds are absolutely astonishingly gorgeous, okay? Like the articulation, the coloration, the features on them, the minifigs are so good. And we even get 2 mini side builds. So it's not even like we got just 2 animals. We got 2 minifigs, 2 side builds, and 2 giant animals, all for $44.99. This might be one of the best priced Lego sets I have seen in a very long time. And I gotta be honest with you, I 100% think that this set is gonna be worth it, even if you don't like the game, because the game is very mid. I've played the game, I played it day one, beat it all in one day. The game is very mid. However, the sets should have come out with the game months ago instead of like 6 months later, because the hype around the game is kind of dead, and it just sucks, because this set is going to get overshadowed by other ones because of that. But this is such an incredible build, and I 100% think that this set is absolutely going to be worth it. Seriously, thank you so much for watching, studs, and I will see y'all later.